Hey mamacitas, this is your girl Nashira and I am back with another video. So I think I'm going to change the title of my page, but I'm still thinking about that because eventually once I get my family past this struggle that we are going through, then I think we will be really considered the family fun channel. So I'll see. But anyway, I did want to make this video because I want to talk to you moms who may be going through a struggle. And it could be any sort of struggle. But the struggle I am going to speak on is the struggle that I am personally going through and have been going through for some months now. Okay, so for those who don't know, I am a mother of soon to be 7, and about let me roll the windows up, it's just hot. So about in January I had to move out of this home I was in for 8 years, and moving, but prior to moving, he gave me a 90-day notice. And from that 90-day notice up until today, my worry is, where am I going to be with my children? How am I going to care for my children? How am I going to support my children? Where am I going to lay my children's head? I mean, that has been messing with me since August. Mind playing, replaying, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And this is not easy. I don't wish this for no one, and I don't care how bad somebody has treated me. I don't wish this for no one because I am a mom. But before I was a mom, I was a young girl, an infant, a young girl, a young lady, a woman, and then a mother who grew up with a strong mother who decided to stay home with her children so that her children won't have to go through certain things that other kids may go through, which could be bullying, which could be rape, which could be anything from anyone, being talked down on, being slapped across the face, hair being pulled to where you better shut your mouth. You know, kids go through so much every single day. And my mom told me she chose to stay home with us because she didn't want us going through. She didn't want us going through. So that meant we didn't get everything, but one thing we got to keep was our sanity. And so that's the same thing I'm trying to repeat with my children. I don't want anyone else raising my kids. So if my kids have to sleep with me in the car, up under the bridge, then that's just where we will be. I'm not saying that's what I want, but that's not for me. I choose not to let someone else raise my kids. I choose not. They can go over, we can have parties, we can do the whole 9 yards, but I choose not to let anyone else raise my children. So this is for the mothers who feel like giving up. This is for the mothers who is being told, you better get out there and work. This is for the ones who feel like they have to work to get by. But let me tell you something. For the last, what month we in? Oh, wait a minute. January, February. Oh, let's see. Maybe in March. March is, I think, when my income got shut down. April, May, June, July, August. So 5 months and 1 day, I have not been within any form of income except for a little child support that I get for one of my kids. Just a little. Just a little. And my husband, who I'm with now, he is the provider. But I don't rely on him, because if one day him decides to leave, I am stuck with children. So I am going by me. I am basing this off of me. So I want a young mother to an older mom. Listen here. It can be done. And do not feel guilty if, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna affect you. It's gonna do all that. But don't let that stop you. It's going to drain you. Don't let it stop you. It's going to drain you, but don't let it stop you. Because once you let that devil win, he's going to dance and boogie, and he's on to the next victim. And then you stuck maybe to the streets, maybe to drugs, maybe to men, whichever way it lingers you to go. You are not focused on the main concern, which are your children. So when I first found out I had to move, that was the most sickening, hurtest feeling ever. It hurt me to the core. It hurt me to the core because this was the second place I ever lived in. The first place I was in for 10 years. This place I was in for 8 years. I got comfortable. That wasn't my house to get comfortable in, but I got comfortable because I didn't want to be moved around. I was moved around as a young girl, moved around. I went to so many different schools. It felt good when my children came to me and said, Mom, do you know I've been going to the same school since kindergarten? Do you know how good that made me feel on the inside? Because I personally have been to so many schools. And that should not be a big concern, but for me it was. For me, it was. I never said anything to my mom, but that still bothers me to this day. And kids need stability. Kids need stability. So don't let what your circumstance determine your outcome. Do not let your circumstance determine your outcome, because now that my road is getting a lot clearer, and I'm not always there. I'm not. Just like I may not always be right. But what I did do is keep a strong mind, keep a strong faith, keep a strong knowing that one day, if I continue to keep this positive attitude, if I continue to listen to self and not someone else, that I will see my tunnel getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And I do appreciate all those who were sending me information. But when I was asking for help, I wasn't asking for everyone to send me the information. I wish and I did let people know, hey, it's only one of me. I have 5 little ones coming after me. I only have one grown adult, and he is doing his best to stay afloat. But I need help, which means, can you please call and get that information and relay it to me? I'm not saying that I didn't need that information from you guys. I'm not saying any of that. So please don't take this the wrong way. But when I was begging and pleading for the help, people were sending me numbers. When a person is begging for help, they don't want numbers. They need the actual information, because it's only one brain that's trying to process already what they are going through. One brain trying to process already what she is going to experience for her children. I am very thankful for the information. I am not saying don't ever send me no more information. That's not what I'm saying. But when a woman has a handful already, she doesn't need the minimum. She needs the max. She is asking, she is begging, she is pleading to her best without having to break down. I'm sorry guys, the baby is doing something. Without having to break down, crying, going crazy on live trying to get someone to understand that she wants as much information as you can give her. If she already is working on trying to keep focus, trying to keep her and her children from having to sleep in the car, having to go into a shelter, which is okay, sometimes fine if it's the shelter that will house her and her children separately from the rest of the community. But when she already has so much on her plate, why not help her clear some of that plate? That is a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot to put on someone when they already have a lot on their plate. You have to go above and beyond sometimes, providing that information. Then she has to call, sit on the phone, listen to this, listen to that. Oh no, well, this is not what we do, but here's another number. Hey, that's adding on to what she already has going on. And it's not fair. Not saying that you knew what you were doing, not saying that you were wrong for what you did, but personally, it is not fair. No one knows this unless they're actually going through it. No one knows this unless they're actually going through it. No one knows it unless they're actually going through it. So I'm not saying what someone does is wrong by sending information, but what I am saying is when a person is already going through so much, they need you to step in with as much information as possible so that it won't be so much more stress added on to what's already going on in their mind. It is a lot. It is a lot, ladies. It is very much a lot. It is a lot. And if you are living in a motel like me, I have my family living in a motel. We slept in my brother's van for a few nights. We slept in this little bitty car for 2 nights until I decided to take someone offer to stay in their house. And even though I knew that wasn't going to be my permanent spot, when this person was getting ready to go on their trip, which if it was me on the other hand, I would have personally made sure that when I first told you you can come stay with the children, I would have said, hey, on my birthday, which I knew she was going out of town, out of state, hey, that's the song. Even though I knew she was going to be gone, we never discussed that I had to leave. So right before her Uber pulls up, she tells me she's getting ready to lock up. And in my mind, I'm like, lock up? Why would you lock up if I'm here? Well, come to find out, she wanted me and the kids gone. But never once did her mouth state that. I'm not mad. I'm not none of that. But be clear, come up front with me. I'm already going through something. So don't do something on top of something which causes more stress. I really wish I had the money, even though I didn't see this coming, but I had to go through it for a reason. But I really wish that I had the money too. I wasn't coming out here to cry. It's not easy. And I really wish I had the money to come up with to start a home for a woman who may be going through. And it's for any age. Because at any age, anyone can go through anything. There are young girls who get put out when they're found out they're pregnant, which thank the Lord that I had a mother who was loving, caring, and was there. But I did have a lot of friends who did not have that. So I am very thankful. But at any age, at any time, and on anybody's dime, that there could be a woman or a young lady with children who can be displaced at any time. At any time. You will never know the time. You will never know the place. You will never know the date. But it can happen. And it is not a funny sight. It is not something that I wish anyone would go through. It is not a pretty sight at all. It hurts. It hurts like hell. And no one will know unless they actually go through it. No woman wants to carry any more burden on her on top of already what she is going through. No woman wants to do it. It hurts like motherfucking hell. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. And I am very thankful that I don't have to go low and behold to make the money that I need to get by each day. It's what I do get is enough to pay for this room, so I don't have to go tricking off with who shot John. I don't need to do that. But at the same time, there are women who do. There are women who do because they don't understand the value. They don't see that if they don't have certain tennis shoes on themselves or their children, that they can't keep up. It's not time to keep up with the Joneses. And so once you start going through, things change. You see things different. I'm not saying I had the best of the world, but I am the only one in my family who went to college. I am the only one in my family who was smothered. Not the word smother. I was the only one in the family who was sheltered. My mother sheltered me because she didn't want me going out there in the real world, which she should have allowed me to do. And I'm not blaming her, but now I am seeing this at an older age when I am with a house full of kids. And so now I'm seeing the real world for the first time. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I'm making it through because she was a strong woman, which she passed down to me, but she lived that life. She was in the streets. Out of all her kids, I am not street. I know street because she was street, my sister's street, my brothers are street. They're street. I am not. I have the knowledge of street because of them, but I have more of the books because that's what I chose to do. That I wanted to go to college. That's something I personally wanted to do. And so here it is. I'm just learning street. And I'm not blaming her, but I'm just seeing what could really happen to you at any point, at any time, at any date, any second, moment, whatever it is. I am going through it. So for all the mothers who are going through it, this is for you. This message is for you. I just got a phone call on Thursday or Friday. I want to say it's Thursday. And things are starting to look better because at first I just cut my hair. So my afro had grown a lot. I wanted to snatch my own hair off of my head because I did not know where I was going to be with my children. I had no idea where we would be. And it's going to also be no one else cares where you be either. People will call. People will text. People will send messages. People will offer. And then eventually all that goes away. So it's up to you to stand strong, make that fight, be brave, be cowardless, put on your cape, and be motherfucking superwoman. Be motherfucking superwoman. Because your kids look at everything, and when they see you hurt and know you're hurt, everything they're going to try in their power to make you feel good without knowing how to do it, and it's going to hurt. You're going to holler, you're going to yell because they feel everything that you're going through, but don't know how to say, "Mommy, I'm so sorry." I know you're hurt. I know what we're going through is hurting. I want the best for us, but I don't know how to give it to you because I'm a child. And so kids act out when they don't know what to do. Kids act out when they're hurting too. Kids act out when they're hurting too. And so that I would love to be able to have a safe haven for us moms to go to when in need. And when you need a break, everything is there in that house. Childcare, your own personal space, food, washer and dryer, counseling, support, anything that you can think of that will make you feel comfortable. Until you get back to where you want to be, plus more. Oh my gosh, being pregnant sucks. It always make you a crybaby. But it's going to hurt. You're going to cry. You're going to laugh. You're going to get up. You're going to fall down. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have some friends. And you ain't going to have some friends. You might have a few family. And then a few family who gives two fucks. But just know that what you're doing is for your kids' sake. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters but what you decide to instill and engrave on your doorstep. But it starts with you. It starts within. It starts in that heart. It starts in your mind. And it starts within you. I have to go get these clothes and get back home because it is dark. But I just want to say, you will get there, you will overcome, and you will achieve. I don't care how long it takes you, how young you are, and how old you are. If you want it, you can get it. Talk to you on another note. I was not bleeding to cry, but it just came out. And maybe I need that. I don't know. But just know you are not alone. And when you are going through it, you will be alone. You will. You can have your children there. You can have a family member there. But just know that you are going to go through it alone. You are going to go through it alone, but it's up to you to make sure you come out of it strong with you and your children right there beside you.